All right, folks, welcome back. We're going to go back to coercing Typeracer to take these extra language packs. So last time we made a nice little enum, and we made it so that we would be able to tell whether, we'd be able to tell whether we were working with the extra language packs, so we could append the extra path on the end, or if we were working with the base language packs, and so they'd only get one name. So we got a bunch of compile errors. So let's start working on fixing these guys out, and then once we go from there, we can make sure it all works. So I'm just going to reopen passive controller. I already have it open. Nope. It's wrong. Okay. Okay. So just to make sure that the latest up-to-date errors. All right. Let's let RLS do its thing. It's taking its sweet time. And then while it's doing that, I'm gonna recompile. And I'm gonna try and see if I can find, oh wait, do I not have RLS installed? Oh. Interesting. I thought I already had that. I wonder what happened to it. All right, anyway, that's gonna go compile in the background and eat up all my CPUs. But let's see. Where were we? So let us, I think we were changing the return type of a bunch of stuff. So let's start off here. Mod RS 313, pass controller 313. 3. Okay. And this is returning a, oh, this is get new passage. We don't care about the tests just yet. I mean, like, you know, we do care about tests, but like not that much. At least until we're done. Good old test-driven development. Wait, is RLS actually running? Yeah, it's going. Not compiling right now, but RLS is going. Okay. So let's look at some of these guys. Durs append all. Let's look at 128. Self.mini, yeah, okay. Let's look at mini, dir mini path. This returns a vec of strings, and all dirs, this is a vec of string, so we need to like chain these guys together, I think. What? Test first, tests not first. We're this is the finest test-driven development. We are adding multiple repos to Typeracer, so before, just as a rehash, let's pop open a new window real quick. So this is part of, some guy really wanted to add Chinese a while ago, and I thought pretty cool, reasonable thing to ask. And the thing with adding Chinese is that, you know, you can make your own language packs and add all your Chinese stuff, but what if you want the default language packs and in Chinese passages to be added? That's a little harder to do. So, what is it, UTF? See if I can actually find the issue. I had it open a while ago, I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is, non-Latin text. So this is the Chinese issue, and we want to make it so that we can add, oh hello, we want to add extra language packs, kind of like PPAs, or like if you want like the Arch user repos, it's kind of like that. Nowadays the Arch user repos are like, they're all just one repo for user stuff, but in the olden days it was supposed to be a bunch of different repos, kind of like PPAs you just add. So we're going to make it so that you can add your own like PPA type, this is an Ubuntu term, by the way, PPAs to like Typeracer. Add as many repos as you want, we don't care. And as a sort of like reminder, the way it works is that we're going to have this is the XDG dir. There's this additional language packs for extra language packs. And we have this extra language packs, which is the actual repo that I added. So this is the folder right here that we care about, and this is the one we're putting in it for extra language packs. So if you look at the total like root repo for all the data stuff, we have lang packs. These are additional ones, and then this is the stats database we added a while ago. So what we're trying to do right now is make it so that view typeracer-s, right? It shows us all the packs and the enabled packs, but we don't want to have a namespace conflict with a pack added by someone else, especially because that could break if we decide to add a new pack and someone already added it. So we're trying to make it so that when we get an extra language pack, say they add their own Smithsonian one, right? And their repo is called extra language packs. We want their language pack to be called Smithsonian slash, extra language packs slash Smithsonian. And that's how it's referred to in config files, and that'll be how it's referred to with this -s option and all sorts of stuff. So with that addition, we're going to make it so that there won't be namespace conflicts. It's impossible to have them. Well, it's not impossible. It's much harder to have them, though. You can mix repos from different places, and if you do that, you're going to still possibly be able to get a namespace conflict, but it's going to be much harder. So anyway, back to this. The structure we did, just as a recap, because it's been a while, the structure we did to make it so that we would have more metadata on each of these is that we made a Rust enum, the best part of Rust besides the borrow checker. And we have this main dir, which contains all the directories from just this language packs. Where is it? Where did my ls go? Here it is. From this lang packs right here. And then we're also going to have this extra dirs, which is going to refer to all the packs in this additional language packs repo. What's my test plan then? Test eventually, not yet. So the tests are just as important. It's just that I'm not going to add them just yet. Like most of this like fetching folders and stuff is mocked out, so it doesn't matter too much. Like we don't actually check for like fetching. So all the extra methods need to be tested after this, but I have to make them work before they can really be tested. Like I said, good test-driven development, because that's what we practice here. Nothing less. So, mini path. So anyway, back to this. So we got some issues here. We have this filter dirs append is looking for a expected mutable reference found a vector string. No, found a vec of dir entry. Okay, I remember what we're doing. So let's go to filter user dirs. So this is still returning a dir entry, and we're making this so all these methods originally returned a dir entry, which is like, you know, technically the right thing to do, but I don't think let me think. Do we actually care? I don't think we actually care about like the whole dir entry part, unless we're like using this to fetch passages, but I think we just use this for showing output to the user and for config. So let's just double confirm that before I jump too far into this. Get new passage. Yeah, you can see it's mocked out right here. Passages with self.get new passage. I want to see. Here we go. Filter user dirs. So we should still get a dir entry back from these. So we're going to want to make it so that so what I'm thinking is that this filter user dirs should still be returning a dir entry, and anything that calls it is going to want to, you know, work with that output afterwards, because we want to keep this as a dir entry here. What if we ever want to run it on Windows and the separator is different or something, you know? So I think this is this needs to fundamentally change up some of the stuff I do here, because we don't want a dir type. We just want to get all the directories here. So I might need to make some changes back. Actually, filter user dirs. Yeah. What was dir type? Oh, what is no. Wait. Yeah, we don't care so much about whether it's one or the other. I mean, we're gonna have this dir type right here. What we want to do is turn this basically into a vec of dir entries for the sake of this filter user dir. So, man, here's the thing. So, like, we want a dir entry as a return for this guy, and we want to filter out user directories from when we're getting string output, but we also want to make it so that we can get we don't want to unconvert. I think I see how I could do this. We don't want to unconvert the knowledge that we have before from like what are extra directories and what are user directories, because we already got that info. We don't want to have to like parse it out again, because that's kind of a pain, and it's double the work. So I think the best thing to do here would probably be to split this out into two methods. One for string representation and one for dir entry representation. So I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work with the old type. And then I'm going to make a second function that filters user directories and returns a string representation for each of the different types. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Okay. So we're going to, let me think. So we're going to want to go over, how do we want to do this? I'm trying to think here. How do we call a filter user directories? There are two places. So for the short names, we're going to have all the quote dirs. So we loop over it, and then, okay. So for this, it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to mumble to myself. Hope it makes sense to you guys. So we're going to do... what do I do with this? We're going to do... not fun. We're going to get the dir entries out of this, and we're just going to filter for each type. And then we're going to make it so that these functions can take... no, we don't care about that. Ignore. So we're going to do fn, and this is a vec of dir entries. Entries equals dir type dot Oh, how do I get it out? I forget. Dir type. Oh yeah, I gotta do like a match over it, because technically they're the same type in this case, but they aren't necessarily the same type. So too much Java has burned my brain. Match dir type, and the two types are main dir, extras. Dir type, extra dirs, and we don't care. V for value. We don't really care what they are. We're just going to return V in both cases. I feel like there's a Clippy hint to get to like do this a better way, but oh, actually, can I do this? Oh, that's good. I still feel like there's a like Clippy hint for this. Okay. And then entries, entries, entries. All right, what's the issue here? Nothing. Perfect, all right, we're getting there. And so what do you not like about this? I want the full output. And this is 127, 128. Expected mutable reference found struck. Append expects mutable reference. Okay. Better? Oh, and this is, wait, filter user dirs does return a dir entry. That should be okay. Filter user dirs. Yeah, you return a dir entry. And oh, you want a vec a string. Oh, I see. Oh, so this is yeah, so we're still calling the wrong filter user dirs. This is to fix up in the passage controller when we ask for a new passage. So this is going to fix up all the usages of get new passage. I think. Let's fix that up first. Found array. So we're going to do, I wish there was a better way to do this. For dir in self dot get quote dirs. Alright, quote dirs. Actually, no, we don't want that. Back. And then let us. And we're going to do quote dirs dot append self dot filter user dirs and with dir RD. Do I need a match on this too? fix you up. What line am I on? 320. Oh, I need to chain it together. There's dot chain. How did I do this before? What? Let me see. Concatenate vectors, Rust, I forget. Give me where I've been before. Pen does it. Maybe it's because I need to do back dir entry. Good. And make you an iterator. I need to borrow it. And then, what in the world is this? Remove deleting reference. We'll get there, we'll get there. Be nice if RLS was a little faster though. All right, one down, one to go. 320, expect needle for reference found, struct vec. Does it take a reference? Oh, it does. Interesting. I mean, I guess you gotta like copy all the stuff over. Are you happy now? Nice. All right, so that fixes up the get new passage portion of this. So we should be able to get new passages using the extra directories. Fine. Now let's fix up the short names part. So this filter user dirs, we're gonna need like a friend to this that returns string representations of this rather than the dir entry representations, because we lose metadata when we convert to dir entry and we don't want to do that. So let us do it's a pretty simple function, so we're just going to basically copy most of it. User dirs. Actually, we're probably going to want to modify filter blacklist, aren't we? What are you mad about? Filter blacklist. You're the thing that actually converts us to a dir entry when we would prefer if you could convert it to a string. Actually, I suppose it doesn't need to. No, it takes a vector. No. Yes. Wait. We can still have this do the same thing. We just get someone else to append the extra metadata after. I think we still want, we don't want to have to rewrite this painful, what is this? Oh no, that's cool. Wait. No, we still need to modify this. This can't take a dir entry. It should be taking the dir type, because we need more metadata to filter. Okay. So the next steps are going to be, we want to modify a filter blacklist and filter whitelist. Instead of taking a vector of dir entries, we're going to make it so it takes a dir type. And we want to make sure we know what the dir type is, because this is how we filter. We eventually do this grody string comparison right here, but it's the best way to do it as far as I know. So let's do that. And we're going to do ct dir type. Okay. And then we need to do, filter, well, we're killing two birds with one stone. This actually isn't what I totally needed to do, but that's okay. This is for something different, I guess. Or is it? I don't know, I'll think about it. So we got to fix up filter blacklist and filter whitelist first. So let's do match and dir in dir type dot into iter main dir and main dir is going to do the same thing that this did. Entries. No. So let's do this and give it two brackets. And actually, we're just gonna call this entries, and then we can reuse all of the code we did before. Right? You let me do that? Type. Okay. And then otherwise, we're going to do dir type extra dirs. This is going to take a little extra work. This is going to take a little extra work because we can't just snag the last part of this. We got to snag the last two portions. We use this file stem here. We want to actually split on slash and get the last two parts. And I think I could have sworn we already did this. Oh, we already did this, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Why am I writing this code again? That's crazy. It sounds like something I do, though. So in entries, instead of in entries, we're going to do dir minipath. And you take dir type, dereference, it's all yours. And I think that's all we have to do here. I think that does it. This really simplifies a lot of the stuff that we were doing. Oh, we still need... we still need the actual directory to pass back. So we're going to zip these two guys together then, I think. So let's do let entries equals self.dir id space, and we're going to zip these two guys. This with the let dir entries equals dir type dot match, and we're going to do dir type main dirs v, or either way we're just going to extract the value from it. And how do I zip? Steal you. And we're going to do for entry and dir entry in izip, and how do I zip them together? Or just do entries.iter and dir entries.iter. That's pretty easy. And then do this. Let's also change you to stir entry. Stir entry. All right. And then basically the same thing for whitelisted. This is all we need to do. Reference. Nice. And then, so this is what all we're really doing is we're comparing the string entry of the, so we're comparing the extra directory plus its parent, or the base directory, or the file stem, which we get in this dir minipath thing that I really got to add comments to, and then comparing that against the blacklist. And if it's there, then we push the directory version of it onto if it's not there, then we push it onto the filtered dirs. Otherwise, we just skip it. So I'm just gonna comment this so I don't forget. Let's see. Small, let's call it mini, why not? Mini path from a directory from a blank back if working with an extra directory, if working with main set of directories, we'll get the file stem we'll instead get file stem and parent of directory, e.g. remainder default extra dir default, something like that. And now I won't forget, maybe. Let's do the same thing for whitelists. This actually ends up making these functions a little smaller, which is nice. And we can actually just delete this because this functionality is basically the same. So we take this. Oh, you gotta take a dir type first. And then, so if that's the case, we're gonna return entries, fine. But let's just get these dir entries at the very top. All right. And then next on the list, we're just gonna do what we did with this guy. Delete. And copy and paste. Regretfully, I don't know of a better way to do this. There's probably a better way. I just don't know how to do it. Just make sure. Because I don't want to take too much. Oh, what is this doing here? Out. And you're still pointing to the right place? Good. Yeah, there we go. And then instead of blacklist, we're gonna have whitelist. And then you're gonna work, right? Absolutely. All right. Now, back to where we were before. Let's look at the full build and see if we have more or less errors. I think we're gonna have less. We have probably about the same. But our passage controller is fixed up. That's what we care about. So we can get passages again. In theory, we should be able to print out all the passages. So we should be able to get all the passages when we're fetching new passages. So if I decide to blacklist all these passages from the main language packs, we should be able to get them from the extra language packs now. So let's fix up this 128, this guy right here. So we want a string version of this filter dirs. Let me think. I could make this so that it returns a little more information. Wait, why do you have errors? Oh. We don't want entries anymore. You just want dir type now. I suppose I could put some more metadata in here so that, I swear to God. So this returns a dir entry and a string representation. That's a possibility, but I don't know if that's better. It's not like this does a whole lot. Yeah, let's just make another function. Staring at the screen too long, just make a decision here. And then filter dirs to string. And you're gonna get this. And we're gonna basically the exact same thing, except it's not exactly dry, but like, whatever. If self, and then filtered blacklist equals, so hold on. So my mini thing, I don't need to use the mini function. I can just call the get parenter or not under mini path. So what I got to do here is the blacklist is going to get me a whole new set of dir entries. So I could wrap it in the enum again. Ugh, maybe I do want to wrap it in the enum. Yeah. Yeah, because I guess I want that metadata here. I'm gonna have to do a lot of painful stuff otherwise. So blacklist is no longer return this. It's gonna return another one of these. It's gonna be dir type. And filtered is now going to do, oh wait, no, hold on, let me think. Just gotta figure out what we want to wrap it in. Match dir type. And we're going to want to do this for the whitelist too, so let's make a little helper function. I think? Yeah. Then wrap. Yeah, no, it goes there. Wrap to dir type. And we're going to take so what I'm going to need to do here Oh, see, I remember what type it is up here. I shouldn't need to remember again. I suppose I have to. Let's just put it here. Match dir entries. Match, dir type. And this. And right here. And we're gonna do main dir. Don't care about it. And we're gonna return main dir. Otherwise, extra. And we're gonna take you, put you over here. You're in the whitelist, actually. Are you good? You're good. We also need you to return the same thing. Which means we don't want this. And this is just going to return. I think that's illegal. I don't know if it's going to let me do that. I might need to clone it. No? Okay. Whatever. Otherwise, right here. Good. Okay. So I could pass this up and let folks handle it themselves, or I could handle it here, but I think the proper thing to do is let folks handle it themselves. So it's going to break a lot more this way, but it's better. I promise. I don't think it's going to let me move it out of borrow context. I think that's illegal. I think I'm going to have to clone this. But we'll wait. And finally, we got to match on this. So filter, we want it to just turn into directory entries. We don't care about what type it is here. So we're just gonna get the dir entries out of it. Yeah. Do dir type main dir v or dir type extra dirs v v. Good? Are you happy? Unreachable? What are you talking about? And mud. All set? Maybe? All set. There's absolutely going to be borrow checker errors, I can already tell. Alright, finally, so we have this. Now we want to just do this mini path thing that we have. this will give us, we wrap it with this call, it'll give us the strings that we're looking for. Right? Right. Oh, we already have that there. Cool. Alright, remove the mirrors. I'm ready. Expected, passage type. Oh, I need to... no, I really feel like I should be taking reference here. I don't know why I'm not. I mean, I guess it's more convenient initially, but it's really caused me a pain up above. And it doesn't seem to affect this at all. Reference. And no longer reference. Oh, what? Jeez. And no longer dereference. Taking a sweet time. Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, but that means all the compile errors are gone. We're on to borrow checker errors. Nice. Yeah, I figured I wouldn't be able to do this. Cannot move unshared reference. So I think I gotta clone this. Oh, I got the cops coming for me for my shitty code. Can I not just really? Huh. You can't just implement clone for a vector, really. Well, I guess you have to implement. All right, so I guess we're going to implement clone for this. Because I'm going to have to clone these guys, aren't I? Oh, but dir entry doesn't have clone, does it? I think that's the problem. So we're just going to return a reference. And we're going to have to do all this lifetime crap. Oh, but the problem here, we can't do this because sometimes we make new stuff. Ah, it's nasty. I know why they're doing it. It's caused me a lot of pain. So I can either give a full dir type. Yeah, I'm just going to have to get the data out and then copy it in here, I guess, or put it in here. Ah, it's gross. Why does dir entry not implement copy? Let's look at range. It's probably similar. Maybe that's why. So this is going to be battles with the borrow checker to make this work. Once this works, then we're looking pretty good. But in the meantime, we're in a little bit of pain. Man, maybe I could just do this. Right? And then we do this. And then we do this. And we do this. And then we do this. A already in scope. What? D. B. No, D for directory. Why not? Oh wait, no. Just make it live as long as the thing. It's already in the scope. That's cool. That's Gucci. And this only runs once. I think. So I think it's okay. So we just say it's going to live as long as a struct. And then I think we can do this. Or is it going to give me a dangling reference? It might give me a dangling reference here. I really think it's going to be a dangling reference. Explicit lifetime is required. How do I write that? This is totally going to be a dangling reference. I don't know why it hasn't caught it. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Can I move this out of borrowed context? That'd be nice. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Yeah. Oh god, its reference is all the way down. This is disgusting. Alright, I guess let's try this. So I want to see. All right. Dash A and dash A. And this, oh no, now we have, wait, no, wait. Why don't we run into this with the whitelist? It's the same thing. Why is it only a blacklist? Why is only a blacklist having troubles? Oh, it's in both. I don't think that works. It tells me to do it. Can I do that? If I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna do this. But I can't clone it. Copy definitely isn't there. Yeah, that's what I expected. This is dangling. All right, let's convert this dir entry back. Let's basically find a way to copy this. So I'm pretty sure I can turn it into a path. Yeah, with this path. Be nice if you sped up. Oh wait, hold on. It's not just me. Yeah, it would be nice, I don't know. Yeah, I really feel this. So we're gonna convert it to a path. Path. Right? And we're just going to convert it back into a dir entry, basically as a way of copying it. Right? They're not wrong, this is pretty painful. I guess I could just make it so everything works with paths. But I already did all this. See if directory path is directory rust. What happened to my dark theme? This hurts now. Because we can't copy dir entries. Why can't we copy dir entries? I'm absolutely going to try and I think I'm going to make a post about this. I think it's really silly you can't do this. We're gonna get rid of all this crap right here, because we're gonna still want to return a dir type. It's just that we're gonna return a real enum here. But we gotta get the dir entries back into this area. You're not this anymore. That's right. Do that again. So I gotta find some way copying dir entries rust. Really though, why do I need dir entries? What do I do with them? I think the issue here is that I'm not moving. I think if we just make it so we stop, like we only use this once, if we just throw it in here, I think that could do it. So let's try and make it so we only use the moving here. And I think that's already going to be a vast improvement. You can still take a reference C should. This only works with move semantics for this guy. Yeah, that's gonna be that issue, okay. And then same deal here. Goodbye. Goodbye. And whatever I did in whitelist, let's do that again here. I think it's just dir entry. And no more of these references. Man, RLS is really slow. Wait, why is this a reference? I think we're gonna get the same error that we got before because of this. And then just take it. It's all yours. Enjoy. Otherwise, yeah, because we're gonna transform using this, so there's no point, I guess, in not moving, right? We use it once, we throw it away. That's kind of it. Oh no, you still want it. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me dereference this. Why do iterators do references to it? What if I just want to take it and I just like steal it for myself? Like I feel like yeah, that's the same problem. So it's going to be just this iterator. How do I make it so that iterators do not return references? I just want to take it out. I want to steal it for myself. Okay. Yeah, that's the one I want. How do I get this one which just yields values directly? Let me steal it. So I can get to pick. I never use quote dirs again. I don't mind if they steal it for themselves. This says it moves it into new scope, but I got a reference here. Into iter giving reference. But I want it to give a not reference. I want it to be moved. Am I giving it a reference? Like what is quote dirs? Get quote dirs. No. So I should be consuming it. But instead we're getting back a reference. I'm just not certain why it's giving back a reference. It shouldn't be giving back a reference. Found passage controller dir type. Let's look at this again. This one first, I guess. Yeah, I asked for into it. What if I just do iter? Maybe the Stack Overflow guy got them backwards. Maybe they both return a reference. They're both lying to me. So that's with iter, it returns a reference. With into iter, it returns a reference. What's the difference here? Why is it returning references? All right, let's, you know what? What if we specify the type here? This is going to be dir type. Can I do that? Because it said it implemented into iter 3 ways. No. Can't specify a type. Let's look back at this. Unshared borrowed vec. Do I need to pass a reference in? It takes, so this one returns, wait, this one. What, there isn't a difference? All right, let's just see. I just want to see. Yeah, I know there are issues down here. See, I'd really rather not have to convert back and forth between directories, you know? I still got the same issue. It still thinks the same thing. This one consumes a vec and yields values t directly. Yes, that's what I want. And the other two provide references. All right. And these move the values indirectly. Dir type works directly with dir entries. There's no moving around. But why though? You can just dereference the reference. Into iter seems to still return a reference, but moves the object into the current scope, rather than iter that references the old scope. But why is there nothing that just gives it to me? You can dereference the reference. No, you can't just dereference the reference because dir entry doesn't implement the copy trait. So what I'm trying to do is make it so that I don't have to convert it back into a path and then convert it back into a dir entry, which is like quite painful. So I'm just trying to move everything around. But it seems like that's not going to be possible. As to why dir I can't clone it either. It doesn't reference the clone type either. So as to why, that's a great question. I don't know. But I don't like it. So since, no, give me the next. I don't know. All I can say is I'm a little confused as to why, or how I'm going to go around doing this. I guess I could just convert all my usages of dir entry into path, which kind of sucks. But I suppose let's just look into how we use it. Could we easily convert everything into path? Yeah, I just have to read the files again. And then I can do this. So perhaps moving around dir entries isn't the answer, even though it provides the most compatibility with code. Bottom part returns why some types are returned by reference from vex. Context dependent, whether yields mutable references or mutable references is context dependent. It sometimes can be surprising. Yeah, I hate it. I don't like it. Into iter is not implemented for this, only for references. So certain contexts, in which case you can just not get it back. Since all types except that implement it for all three variations, it's not possible for an array to implement an iterator that yields values. Oh, well that's easy. I can just fix that. Let's use a vector. Man, I'd love if it were that. That would be super easy. Less efficient, but like, do I really care? Alright, that's one down. And let's fix all this. Wait, no, it's still providing a reference. Borrowed move value borrowed after move. Okay, yeah, so I just gotta do this first. Wow, that's easy. Why the hell doesn't array, oh, I guess it can't shrink, fine, still, I'm not mad, you know, maybe, I guess they can't clone it, but like, still. I'm cool. Alright. So let's fix up all this. We're using a vector, which means into iterator will return the value, which is exactly what I wanted. And into I need to zip differently. I zip might. Oh no, that's good. That's good. And then where else do I use this? Here, up here. And then I just move this into the match. then we're looking good. We're no longer going to use dir entries. This is just going to be the return type. And then we got to copy a little logic, but it's not the end of the world. What do I call this? Dir entries. We can make this a little better later, but for now, let's just throw this in here. Man, some decisions from the Rust community are real weird. And then finally, we're just gonna, I mean, I guess I understand why, it's just frustrating. And then main dir type, main dir, and this is filtered. And then finally, you're gonna go here. Yeah, if it just borrowed the, if it just provided the copy type or clone type, then it would be possible. But it just wants to make my life hard. And then we just gotta do the same thing here, which is gross, but like, yeah, I'm just gonna make a function for that real quick. Should I make a function for it? No. Let me think. I need entries and dir entries. I need to steal them. I don't need them after that, so I can just do this. Copy and paste verbatim. Copy this for loop here. Oh no, I can't, can I? Because it's blacklist or whitelist. Alright, we're just gonna have to keep it gross for a little bit. I'll probably think of something better later. Alright, anyway, back to the blacklist. And we're just gonna do this. And this whitelist. Out here. And it's going to be, instead of blacklist, it's going to be whitelist. Good. Use moved value. Oh, and then, yeah, I gotta get rid of this. All right, last place is gonna be, what is this? Temporary value dropped. Consider using let. Where am I dropping? Yeah, I get it. It's just annoying. Can I do... No, I can't make it live longer. Let path equals... Wait, what is this? Wait, what? Hold on. Which part is it angry about being freed? What I display? Let path equals path. Are you happy now? It's like it knows what the error is. I feel like it should just be able to handle it. Okay, back to lifetime values. Wait, still an issue? Oh no, not you again. Okay, so we know we can't do this. And we don't need to, so it doesn't really matter. It's still dropped, really? Let path equals path. Are you good? I'm just confused which part's being dropped. Is it the display? Let creates a temporary value while still in use. I ask you to turn it to a toString. That seems like it's a little too tough. Oh, the toString is what's dropped. Silly. Stir path. Stir path. Are you good now? Okay. And then just tests. We don't give two shits about tests. I mean, yeah, we care about tests. Finally, we just got to make this guy mutable. And what? Sorry. I think that's okay. And then finally, quote ders. Sorry. So I forget how mut works. Nice! Alright. We'll look at tests maybe later. I just want to see if -s works. Because we still got this place where you just like slice it out. All right, we should get extra language packs here. Hey, we do. What do you know? Check it out. Check it out. We got the enabled language packs, which is just the extra one / Darien, and in all packs it shows default, extra language packs. We got that extra namespace. It's looking good. All right, that makes me feel a little better. Less like the window looks good. So let's take it to the next level. We're gonna remove the DBG, and we're going to also remove the barrier we have in the main function. Where do I have it? Panic. Return. Yeah, this is it. And I should get passages from this extra link pack thing. Nice. Yeah, we don't have any Bernie Sanders ones in the normal pack. It looks good. Nice. Wow, I didn't expect it to be this smooth. Really, really convenient. So I guess that concludes adding extra language packs, at least the part where we pass it to the passage controller and show it in -S. So that concludes that part. I think I just got to update the tests, and then after this is making it so we can clone the repos and also making it so that it makes the folder on startup, because it doesn't do that right now. So let's just see what that's going to look like. They all pass with flying colors, right? They wouldn't dare fail me. Oh wait, no, they actually do. What? Is that right? They weren't supposed to pass with flying colors. New passage. Oh, it's because we don't even call that part, do we? Interesting. Yeah, okay, perfect. I like it. Let's check this with Clippy, and then we'll push it up for now, and then move on to the next part some other time. I should probably add tests to this, so I might do that in the next session too. Just add some tests to make sure we're working with each type properly. Oh, Clippy's happy, it looks like. Damn. It's pretty flawless. No, let's not do that. How big is that? It says per file. Surprisingly not a huge PR, I think. Add ability to read and show data from extra lang packs. Yeah. All right. And we'll push this up, and then we're gonna call it a day for today. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you fellas later. All right.